So, welcome to the 3 phases of Matrescence, which is the journey into motherhood. This is an introduction to the integrated birthing journey. And on this journey, we are going to see how the birthing journey is a rite of passage. So, what is a rite of passage? It is a ceremony, it's a ritual, it's a milestone, it's an experience that marks a significant change in a person's life. So many traditions around the world have ceremonies to mark these transitions, like birth, like puberty, like menopause. The initiation phase of a rite of passage. So, birth, coming of age, marriage, and the loss of a loved one, they're just some of the rites of passage experiences where you may be significantly impacted by the cycles of death, change, and rebirth, whether that is literally or figuratively. And the initiation phase of that is where we feel like the gooey mess in the cocoon. The integration phase of our rite of passage. So, with the symbology of this metamorphosis from caterpillar to gooey mess in the chrysalis to the butterfly, this is the poignant and apt analogy for the powerful transformations that can take place during a rite of passage, like our birthing journey. And the integration phase is when we're in the butterfly phase, learning how to be the butterfly. We also work with the sacred medicine wheel. So, the medicine wheel and the energies of the 8 directions. Medicine in ancient cultures often related to tools that encourage the interaction between the physical and the spiritual, as well as teachings that create a connection between our higher and our lower selves, providing a way of being in harmony with the whole and our own personal power. So, the medicine wheel was a tool that was commonly used in ceremonies, in teachings, and therapies by Native people of North America, and it's a representation of the interconnectedness of humans and nature. As above, so below. So, older cultures experience life through natural cycles, from the sun and the seasons to moon phases and even just our normal body rhythms. And these recurring cycles easily translated into a circle or a wheel. So, this represented the naturalness of death, of change, of rebirth, all of those things that were constantly happening around them in the seasons, in their lives, in their bodies. So, we will work with the different energies of the medicine wheel represented through different feminine archetypes. So, whether you identify as male or female, we all have this dance of masculine and feminine within us. These 8 goddesses help us connect with the 8 directions, and it's a simple and effective way of allowing a deeper understanding and embodiment of this sacred instrument of spiritual connection, the medicine wheel. So, for thousands of years, people have used stories and myths to understand and comprehend the experiences that they have in life. And the hero's journey is the idea within many tales, stories, and myths that involves a hero going on a journey or an adventure into the unknown, and in a decisive crisis, they win a victory and they come home changed or transformed. Now, the hero may be reluctant to hear the call at first, but they still must embark on their rite of passage journey. They then traverse the threshold to the unknown, stepping into the ordeal, into the initiation. And finally, they must make the return journey home, bringing the gifts or the personal medicine that has been found during their initiation. It is only through this returning to their tribe with new lessons and gifts that they truly become the hero. So we use the descent of Inanna. She's an ancient Babylonian goddess. And using this mythology to teach is a really potent way of explaining and sharing difficult or challenging life experiences and putting them in a context that makes them easier to digest and understand. So, we will be using the descent of Inanna as our hero's journey story. And this is a feminine mythology that is thousands of years old. Inanna was a Babylonian goddess in ancient Mesopotamia, and her story is one of the earliest in recorded history, and it overlays different stages of any person's natural life transitions. So, with Inanna's descent, we break it into 3 sections for our rite of passage and our hero's journey. We have the preparation. This is where Inanna closes all of her temples and the gates to her cities. She adorns herself with items of power, preparing herself for the journey into the unknown. And she also asks her closest friend to keep vigil, ready to send support if she needs it. In the initiation phase of the rite of passage, she has to relinquish her items of power as she steps through each gateway into the underworld. She crosses the threshold, exhausted, naked, vulnerable, where she's struck dead and left hanging on the hook. Her old self dies. And in the butterfly integration phase of our rite of passage journey, Anana is reborn in the underworld with help and support. And then she has to make the return journey home with some demons still clinging to her sides. When Anana arrives home, she is completely transformed and whole. So these images show you that rite of passage journey. The preparation in the beginning is where we are the caterpillar. The initiation in the underworld is where we are the gooey mess in the cocoon. And that integration period is our return journey home, where we are the butterfly. And this is what it looks like on our medicine wheel. So the goddess medicine wheel and the energies of the 8 feminine archetypes. So for centuries now, the feminine has been suppressed and neglected within both men and women. There is a new rising happening in this moment where we are seeing and feeling the power and potency of this denied feminine aspect within ourselves. And I have overlaid each of the directions of the medicine wheel with a goddess that I believe symbolizes and resonates strongly with the energies depicted in each of the 8 directions. So throughout history, the feminine has often been represented by the many faceted goddesses, while the masculine is quite often only depicted by one god. So as we travel through the medicine wheel on our own personal rite of passage and our hero's journey, we can connect with each of these powerful feminine aspects, helping us to embody and understand the journey more deeply. So as you can see here with the 8 feminine archetypes, from the northeast, the east, the southeast, the south, the southwest, the west, the northwest, and the north, we have 8 different goddesses, and they all embody different energies that we will explore as we go around the medicine wheel through the birthing rite of passage. So in summary, we will look at preparation, initiation, and integration. We begin with the understanding that a rite of passage includes all of these 3 elements. We will incorporate the medicine wheel as we overlay these 3 aspects of preparation, initiation, and integration onto the 8 directions of the medicine wheel. We gain a deeper understanding that through these natural cycles, our most challenging moments can also offer our greatest gift as we explore the hero's journey. And as we explore the medicine wheel, we delve into each of the 8 goddesses so that we can embody the energies at every step along the way and meet these feminine archetypes. So we encourage you to use the symbolism of these ancient tools and teachings to gain a deeper insight into the rites of passage experiences you've already had and the rite of passage experience you may currently be on. Allow this information to shine a light on your birthing journey so that you can return to your family, your community, and yourself with your own powerful lessons. We invite you to come and join the integrated birthing journey that has been created by Rachel DeRay, the integrated midwife, and myself, Shakina Lee from Beautifully Wild. We would love to see you there to come on a deep dive to find that physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental balance as you go through your rite of passage journey.